Thanks, Rava. Hello, everyone. It's good to see all of you here. Good afternoon. And see everybody here is excited to learn about programmable wallets. I'm Ian Lin, product lead for programmable wallets at Circle. And today I'm going to give you an exclusive preview of the product we're about to launch. First off, let's start with a quote that many of us are familiar with. There's no time like a bear market to build breakthroughs. I'm sure all of you have heard this quote in one form or another. There's good data backing it. If you look at the left-hand chart, we see that active wallets have been steadily growing as adoption of Web3 increases. It's not deterred at all by the bear market, not associated with the Bitcoin price. Also, on the right-hand side, we see that the bull market attracted a lot of developers. But in the bear market, most of these developers stick around. I'm sure that explains all of you here today, right? We're all sticking around to build breakthrough here at the Avalanche Summit. Well, with the exception of some people here really just for the food, the drinks, and the party, but it's all good. We welcome everyone. Now, what is it about building breakthroughs that's important? There's actually a lot of real-world examples, business cases that are proven to be successful, and I'll talk about some of them. Starting with NFTs, which have been revolutionizing customer engagement. It is gameable, stackable, tradable, programmable, and interoperable. For example, Nike, as we have seen that since 2021, after the acquisition of Artifact, they have generated over $185 million in sales revenue, totaling over $1.3 billion in trading volume. Now, many of you may have seen the recent news that LeBron James have been spotted flexing his Artifact Nike sneakers, with celebrities flexing like Bored Apes PFPs and now Artifact sneakers. Brands are really paying attention to the space, and it's extremely important for them to understand the value of Web3. Then there's Times. Times Magazine developed a community of over 25,000 artists, collectors, enthusiasts, and they were able to drive engagement within this community and also have over $18 million in trading volume. Then there's Yellow Card, which then there's Starbucks, which has a beta program of NFTs, issuing 2,000 NFTs and were sold out in 20 minutes, right? This does not, like nobody expected this to happen in the bear market, but it indeed happened in 2023. Now, besides NFTs, blockchains and USDC are also solving real global economic needs. It's used for remittances, P2P payments, and dollarization, basically hedging against local fiat currency risks. So think about MoneyGram, which lets users send and receive money across Europe with USDC powering it. There's also Cash App, which allows people to send P2P transfers of cryptocurrencies, including USDC, across US and UK. Then there's Yellow Card, which helps people in Africa countries to protect their savings with dollarization. There's even more use cases with gaming, with trading. All of these use cases need secure Web3 wallets tailored for a seamless Web2 experience. Now, with all these success that we've seen, why haven't there been more adoptions? The real problem comes in that it's still very challenging to build a kind of a very elegant Web2 experience-like solution that has Web3 power. Now, I'm going to do a quick survey here. Give me a show of hand in the audience of those of you who are developers or product builders. Can I see your hands, please? Okay, thank you. You keep your hands up. Not done yet. Now, lower your hand if you think building in Web3 is harder than building in Web2. Keep your hands up if you think it's just as easy. Like building Web2, Web3 is just as easy. Okay, there are a few of you unicorn here are really good with Web3 development. Anybody looking for developers, these are your men. But most of the people understand the challenges of building Web3. It is about security, right? Like we all know the stories about Web3 wallets getting hacked, bridges getting hacked. There's also the wallet flexibility. It's about customizing that experience, the Web2-like experience, but have that wallet capability is hard. Then it's also about operations. understanding what went wrong in your transaction. Is it your system? Is it on-chain? People need really good tools to help them understand and diagnose issues. And last but not least, the ecosystem is extremely fragmented. Think about building a Web3 application. Despite all the tools that are out there, which there are a lot, there are very few of them that can actually solve the end-to-end use case for a developer that just want to deliver a very easy-to-use app to their user. This is where Circle comes in to help with programmable wallets. We are here to help you deliver delightful Web2 experience by embedding secure Web3 wallets in your apps. It is help you bring the power of Web3, the value of Web3 to your users. You can embed fully function crypto wallets within minutes in your application. You can choose a custody type that fits your needs, whether you want your end user to have the control of the wallet or you want you to have the control of the wallet. It allows you to programmatically create wallets, initiate transaction, and interact with smart contracts. And we want to offer you out-of-the-box operational dashboard that helps you really understand the system and diagnose for issues when they occur. We also want to help you build delightful user experience without compromising security. As I mentioned earlier, the ability to customize experience that fits your need is important. And we will also know that managing gas is extremely challenging. If you want to offer a gasless experience to your end users, it requires a lot of effort to manage gas, and we want to simplify that for you. All of this is built in advanced MPC technology. So with the offering that we provide, we want to help you build for a wide range of use cases. Besides the NFT and the money transfer use cases I mentioned earlier, imagine asset management, right? Think about exchanges, fintechs. You can programmatically have high volume fund transfer, all done through APIs. Think about payments and transfers. You can enable payment with stable coins. You can have vouchers in the form of NFTs to support your payments need with your users. Digital payments are programmable, they're settled instantly, they're low cost, and cross-border. This is what we plan on supporting. Also, there's identity and ownership. Think about loyalty programs. Think about GameFi. The token-gated experiences are the thing that we want to empower you. You can imagine that there could be tradable goods, digital goods, rewards that are actually transferable. Like all of these things are the use cases that we imagine that programmable wallets can help you power. And this can be done with one set of APIs for multiple wallet constructs. So as you can see, programmable wallet APIs is a RESTful API layer that enables all the wallets. Will provide additional configuration around policy engine that lets you configure for higher security needs. Say, for example, you want to set up withdrawal limit. You want to monitor for transaction frequency. We also want to provide you the operation dashboard that lets you analyze and monitor transaction on chain, understand what went wrong if it indeed happened. Why are transactions not going through? Also, as I mentioned, gas management is challenging, so we want to provide the gas station to make it much easier for you and for you to offer a gasless experience to your end user who don't care about gas and don't want to understand it. Now, there are two different types of wallet we want to enable with programmable wallets. One is a developer control wallet. And think of it as simple as having the API key. You can issue API calls to create wallet, initiate transactions, interact with smart contracts, all with this set of APIs. And you can configure policy with a policy engine we provide with flexible settings. This enables you to build really seamless experience, Web2-like experience for an end user that they don't even need to know it's Web3. They don't need to know it's a wallet. They basically don't need to care about it, and they wouldn't. However, we understand that there's a need of non-custodial user wallet. As we all know, users have been increasingly aware of the need of owning their own asset. So giving the user the power to control their assets is important. We also support that with our user control wallet in the form of PIN input. Through our SDK, the user can configure their PIN, and with every single transaction they make, it'll invoke the PIN input before the transaction can be initiated. The way we do it with the SDK is that we basically ensure that neither Circle or the developer has ability to intersect this PIN to ensure that the user, by providing a PIN, it gets encrypted during input, and only they have access to invoking the private key, hence the non-custodial nature of it. So this is a recap of our value prop around the user experiences side, the security side, and the developer experiences side. And again, I like to do a quick survey of the audience here just to see which of these challenges do you experience the most, and which of the value proposition we're proposing resonate with you, and the things that you like to see the most. So starting with user experience, raise your hand, give me a show of hands if you feel like it's hard to build a really seamless Web 2 experience within your application. Okay, thank you. Next, on security, give me a show of hand if you feel that existing solutions don't make you feel secure when you have mass amount of asset, whether it's yourself or your end users, and you want a higher security safeguard against it. Thank you. Last but not least, the developer experience. How many of you feel with the existing solutions available, the developer experience is not great? It's either fragmented, it's too hard to use, it's too difficult to understand. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Now, I want to thank you again. This is not just asking for fun. I'm really going to take these input to heart because, as I said, we're going to be launching this product soon. I want to make sure that we're building a product that can really help you be successful in serving your end user and building your business. And the pain points that you feel are things that we really want to prioritize and focus on as part of our both initial launch as well as our ongoing milestones. So thank you for the feedback, and I'm hoping that going forward we can continue to hear from you about the product. There's going to be a workshop tomorrow in which we'll invite all of you to it, 2:30. I'll get to a detail later. But before that, I want to show you kind of a quick overview of what a developer would actually be experiencing when they use a product. So imagine a developer wants to spin up a developer wallet. So first off, they will issue a call, a post/developer/wallet set. So wallet set is a collection of wallets. So imagine that it's an HT wallet setting. There's a single key that controls all the wallet within this wallet set. And with a wallet set, a subsequent call they can make is post/developer/wallet to create a wallet. There's parameter you can pass in the request body. You can set up a wallet, and the experience you can see is similar to the one I've shown here. You will be able to view the token balances of your wallets via get/wallets/ID/balances. And you'll be able to see the NFT holdings as well, similarly with a get/wallet/ID/NFTs. You will be able to initiate a transaction with a post/developer/transactions, providing the tokens you want to transfer, providing the amount you want to transfer. Now, we know that transaction on blockchain doesn't settle immediately. It takes time. So these are async calls. In order for you to stay on top of a transaction, you can either use get/transaction/ID to pull the transaction request and see what the state of the transaction is, or alternatively, you can subscribe to an event in which we'll give you a webhook callback whenever the state of the transaction changes. So this is to really help abstract away the complexity of how a transaction works on the blockchain. Imagine that someone has to understand there's signing, there's broadcasting, there's mempool, there's multiple block confirmation on the blockchain. We want to make it really easy, right? For a developer, we want to let them know that, hey, will a transaction have initiated after the first block has confirmed, and after the block has finalized, we tell you the transaction has been successful. Next, a developer will be able to see the transaction history of a wallet by simply calling get/transaction with a wallet ID as a param. And as I mentioned earlier, that there's a user wallet element which requires an SDK. So here's a demo when between the RESTful API, they can call post/user/wallet to create a wallet. The API response will give them a challenge ID which they can use to provide to the SDK, which will invoke the UI on the mobile device. And the user will be providing the PIN, they're configuring the PIN, they're providing the security question answer for recovery of the PIN, and the wallet creation will happen at the end of this flow. Next, I'm going to show you a quick preview of our developer console. So this is a UI that we meant to be a one-stop shop for developers to really understand the wallets that they have created, the usage of these wallets, and configure the wallet towards their needs. So imagine you sign into the Circle Developer Console. You have like a home page with an overview of all the products that Circle offer. There'll be a programmable wallet section. Clicking on the programmable wallet section will help you understand the different wallet type we offer, with education documents as well as like API document to help you get started. Now, once you have the wallets created, imagine you can view kind of the balances of the wallet, you can view the transactions and NFT holdings, understand like the percentage of transaction that failed, and identify issue that you can follow up and understand better in your system where you might need to look deeper into. The developer would also be able to manage the API keys, look at all the events, and as I mentioned, webhook callback is really important, so they would be able to subscribe to event and get webhook callback for the events that they subscribe to. And last but not least, there's a policy configuration. So some of the things that we plan on enabling, including whitelist IPs that can access the API for security. We can also enable withdrawal limit. Say, for example, you want to make sure that whenever withdrawal exceeds a certain limit, you want to be notified or perhaps blocked. And there's also token monitor. We want to make sure that we give developers ability to monitor the token that they actually interested to serve in their wallet application. And then we'll give, with the monitor token, they'll be able to subscribe the callback to these deposits. So hope you enjoy the overview of programmable wallets. We will have a workshop tomorrow, which a lot more details around the APIs, the SDK, and it'll be more of an interactive dialogue, which I'm hoping to learn more from you as well about your use cases to help us understand we're building the right product that serves your need. Tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. at the auditorium. Thank you, and want to see you all tomorrow. Thanks. And there's one more thing. One more thing. Before you all leave, here's a QR code. For those of you interested in getting early access to programmable wallet APIs, sign up now for early access to our APIs and SDK. Thank you again. I've been informed there's 3 more minutes for Q&A, so I can answer any question from the audience.
Yeah, okay. There we go. What were to happen if the Circle servers go offline? Is there any way for users to extract a private key or import it into another wallet?
It's a really good question. So we do have a BCP plan in case, obviously we have backup and ensure that these, when some of the servers go down, there's basically backup to ensure that minimize the case of this happening. But like in the case where, let's say an all-out failure happens, we do have a BCP plan that allows user to kind of export the ability to access their MPC nodes. Now, the details of it, I can share more in the workshop tomorrow, but this is something in our plan.
Is there any way to interact directly with a smart contract through the wallets, or is it just transfers wallets to wallets?
Great question. So we do have ability to interact with smart contracts and deploy smart contracts as well from the wallet. So if you come by the workshop tomorrow, I'll share with you more details on the API endpoints, but this will be supporting the first version.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you planning to integrate with or adopt the ERC 4337 standard for like the wallets?
Account abstraction, right? Sorry,
Sorry, I'm over here. Hi.
All right, it's a little bit dark and the light is really bright, so my apologies for looking randomly in the crowd. But yes, so the first version is MPC EOA wallets, but we are starting to look into account abstraction, and this would be a priority for us to focus in H2. All right, Thank you all for the great questions, and I hope to see those of you who are interested tomorrow at the workshop.